Believe it or not. First legendary explorer Robert Ripley, now Michael Ripley, follows in his footsteps. He and his friends, Samantha and Cyril, circle the globe in search of the strange, the bizarre, the unexplained. Leaving no mystery unresolved, against all odds, they challenge you to
believe it or not.
We've not found any living heir to Castle Meath, Mr. Blackard. It'll be easy for you to assume the inheritance as a distant relative. After all, aren't we all?
What about the water, Cork?
Don't worry. The festival will be the perfect time to announce our new product. I'm thinking we could call it Cork's Well of Doon Water.
We can talk about that later. My concern right now is getting it on the market.
Ah, that will happen soon enough.
Mr. Cork! Mr. Cork! I found someone.
Just a moment. What are you blathering about, girl?
I found the proper heir to the Castle Meath inheritance. His name is Cyril Barker.
Who do you know in Ireland?
I'm rich!
Cyril, control yourself. And that Cyril Barker is the sole and legal heir to the castle of Castle Meath and surrounding grounds, including the Well of Doon. Wow!
What about the Well of Doon?
Cyril has inherited a castle. He's a man of means now, a wealthy landowner.
Congratulations, Cyril. Now, the Well of Doon. I know I've heard of it somewhere. Well of Doon, Donegal, Ireland. Water from the well is reported to have the power to heal any ailment or sickness. See Section 42, Artifacts Room. Here it is. It's a sample of water from the Well of Doon. What does my uncle's journal say?
Passed through Donegal, visited Well of Doon. Locals claim town hasn't had one case of flu in 50 years. Water analysis inconclusive.
Inconclusive, huh? Here's a chance to solve a mystery my uncle couldn't.
Then I say, let's go claim my inheritance. Celebration below. Hey, maybe it's for my arrival.
I don't think so, Cyril. It says here, it's the annual Tail Tian Festival, celebrating ancient Irish culture and games.
Wow, look, that must be my castle.
And that must be the Well of Doon. Let's check it out.
I don't know about this, Cyril. The castle looks kind of run down.
That's just surface stuff. It's what they call a fixer-upper. Now that I'm a wealthy Irish landowner, you may call me Baron Cyril.
Are you all right, Baron?
This place gives me the creeps.
Yes?
Cyril Barker, I'm the heir.
Welcome to Castle Meath, Mr. Barker. I'm Sean Cork.
So glad to meet you, Mr. Cork. These are my two associates, Rip and Samantha.
I'm sorry, but they'll have to wait outside. This is a private matter.
Do you really think Cyril could be related to this clan?
Huh? Yes?
You'll probably want to see my birth certificate.
That won't be necessary. You are indeed a Barker. Cyril, my boy, do you realize what an enormous responsibility this inheritance is?
I'm sure he's up to it. Here's the deed. And a pen.
That's okay. I got my own. Where do I sign?
Let's not rush things. You may want to read this tax bill first. It's payable upon taking possession.
That's a large number. I just don't... Well, maybe I could borrow That's a large number.
Claiming your inheritance is a big decision. So might I suggest you spend a night in the castle to think it over? After all, you never want to be too hasty about such vital matters.
Yes?
I kept Barker from signing. He's going to spend the night in the castle to think it over.
Barker is not to take possession of Castle Meath. Is that understood, Cork?
Certainly, it's not a problem. No need to worry. Mr. Blackard, we still have our agreement, don't we?
You'll get your money once I get what I want.
My hand's really itchy. Oh, you think it could be serious?
That moat you fell into looked pretty grungy.
Keep away from me. That looks contagious.
Probably just an allergy. Quit scratching and it'll get better. Night, everybody.
I can't sleep like this. There's got to be something around here to stop this itching. Unless I'm allergic to the entire castle. First thing I'm going to do when I'm Baron is put a few more lights in here. Good thing I don't believe in ghosts.
It's me, Caitlin. We have to talk.
What is it?
Something is not right about your inheritance.
It's awfully high up here. Why don't we go down to the kitchen? A little snack, perhaps?
No, we can't be overheard. It's about Mr. Cork.
He's a nice man, huh? I mean, he really wanted me to be sure. I knew what I was getting into.
Not exactly. I think he wants to be sure you don't know what you're getting into.
What do you mean?
I think it's the well. You should ask Mr. Cork about it. I'm sorry, but I must go now.
Wait! I wonder what she meant about the well.
Hang on, Cyril!
It's a good thing we heard you scream.
I didn't scream. Anyway, thanks.
What are you doing out here?
Caitlin wanted to tell me something about the well, but she got scared and rushed off. Then I leaned against the rail here.
The whole place should be condemned.
Cyril, Castle Meath is turning out to be a lot of trouble. Are you sure you want to go ahead with this?
And give up my one chance to own a castle? No way. I'm not going to be scared off that easy.
Darn thing's warped shut.
Got a major outbreak here. A huge tax bill to pay, bricks falling everywhere. Great, now I have to find a plumber. Do I want to be Baron this bad? Find anything out about the Well of Doon?
So far, nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe the whole healing thing is just a local legend.
You there!
Are you daft, son? You can't be shaving in there.
Water's for drinking.
Oh, after he's been using it, I don't know whether it's still clean.
Oh, sweet as ever. Nectar of the leprechauns. Go on then, won't harm you naught. The water's a tonic, a miracle cure for every ill.
Take Andrew there.
Ah, lovely morning for a run. Well, I've done my 10 kilometres.
Before he moved here, your man couldn't take more than a couple of steps before he had to rest. Now look at him go.
By the way, I'm Michael Ripley, and this is my friend, Cyril Barker.
I'm the heir to Castle Meath.
Barker? Barker, of course! That was my Aunt Matilda's maiden name. Would make him a fourth cousin once removed.
You must be joking, wife. The Barkers were on my great-grandmother's uncle's side. That would be a sixth cousin, direct.
No, that can't be right.
Sure is. Oh, enough of your brother.
Are you saying I don't know my own family now?
Oh, get on with it.
It's very nice to meet you.
Goodbye now.
Bye-bye. Oh, nice young men.
Sure, and I hope the Barker lad knows what he's getting into with the old place.
My hives are gone, and I'm not scratching anymore either. I wonder if it's the water from the well. Caitlin, good morning. Why did you leave so fast?
Good morning, Cyril. Glad to hear you slept well.
Oh, right. Tell me, Mr. Cork, what do you know about the Well of Doon? Is the water really a cure-all or tonic of some sort?
Superstition. I'm not even sure the water's drinkable. By the way, you'd better look at this. Building code requires the castle be upgraded to modern standards upon the passing of title. I think you'll find the cost rather dear. One more thing. Ancient law dictates that the heir must be a permanent resident.
I'd have to leave the Bion team? What happens if I don't claim my inheritance?
Well, there is a distant relative. I believe his name is Ron Blackard. Oh, humble fellow, lots of money. Fixing up the old dump would be a drop in the bucket to him.
Well, That settles it. I'm sure Mr. Blackguard is well suited to take over the place.
It's for the best, Cyril.
Besides, you wouldn't want to break up the team, would you?
You won't regret your decision. What a coincidence! Here comes Mr. Blackguard now.
Okay, action. Water from the Well of Doon. We're the most expensive. For good reason. And cut! What presents? You'll sell 1 billion bottles of the stuff.
I knew something was up. How will anyone in town be able to afford it?
You're going to sell the water?
$100 US. A bottle.
That's if the castle's owner agrees. Oh, Mr. Blackguard, I have some very important papers for you to sign.
There'll be no papers for him to sign because I'm taking possession of Castle Meath.
Cork, I knew you'd blow this deal, so I did some research on my own. You see, Mr. Barker, I'm not a distant relative. I'm an equal heir.
It's authentic.
How can anyone believe a man like Blackguard?
That can't be. Let me see that. Mother's aunt's 5th cousin. I need time to look into this.
Why don't we compromise, Barker? I take the well. You can have the castle.
I don't think so.
Since the festival is on, why don't we settle this in the tradition of your ancestors? An Irish contest. Whoever wins can do what they like with Castle Meath.
I don't like the sound of this.
It's only a contest. How bad can it be? Where's the rest of the chariot?
Mr. Blackguard will compete first in the Rothcleese.
Well, I'll admit he knows how to drag a chariot wheel, but I believe I can do it a little faster than that.
Cyril, I think there's more to it.
Beat that.
Heave ho!
How can the Irish be with you now?
You can do it, buddy!
Mr. Blackguard 1, Mr. Barker 0.
Cyril, are you all right?
My arm. It's really sore.
I don't think it's broken, but it's going to be out of commission for a while.
The next event is the Gael Bolga.
What's that?
Your spear for the Gael Bolga.
My arm.
You have 30 minutes before the next event.
If that fool's given up, then the well is mine.
Cyril, if you can't compete, the town loses the water.
And the people lose their health. It would be devastating. Bad news. The documents are authentic. Blackguard is an equal heir.
There's gotta be a way to get Cyril out of this mess.
I'm sorry, Sam, but the contest is rooted in hundreds of years of tradition and has very strict rules.
My guess is, after 100 years, there must be a few loopholes. Are they written down anywhere?
The castle has a library.
Let's go.
We could root around here all day and never find anything.
The town charter, original deeds, rare books. They'd have their own special place here, away from everything else.
There.
I knew my speed reading class would come in handy someday.
A very long toss, I'd say. Give it up. You're no match for the likes of me.
Hold on. The rules allow a contestant to appoint a second to compete in his place.
I hereby choose Rip to be my second.
What? That's not fair.
What's the matter, Blackguard? You're not afraid of losing, are you?
Fair play to you, laddie. Well done.
Mr. Blackguard 1, Mr. Barker, Mr. Ripley 1.
Did I mention that I was the Eastern Conference Javelin champion for 4 years straight?
The joust is next. Your shenanigans won't be of any help to you there.
Hey, guys. How do I look?
Reb, watch out!
It's got a big rubber cushion on the end there, so you see there's no need to be afraid. Unless you're a coward.
Don't worry, champ. Just keep your guard up and lead with your left. Will you get him on the ropes? Give him the old 1-2.
I'd just like to be able to see where I'm going.
This will be joust number 1. The first of 3.
I can't see. There's got to be a better way.
See if that worked.
The score is tied. The third joust will decide which heir, Mr. Blackard or Mr. Barker, will receive the Castle Meath inheritance.
Go, Red Blackard! We've got the way!
The Well of Doon is mine! Oh, my back!
Somebody get a doctor! It's okay, don't move.
Careful now. His spine has suffered a great injury.
My back. Oh!
Would you like a drink of water now?
Thank you.
I guess that does it then.
And by signing these documents, Mr. Barker, you give up all claim to the Castle Meath inheritance. That should do it.
Anything else?
Not for you. I'm off to the hospital to have Mr. Blackard sign the deed. What happened?
I can hardly believe it.
But you were so badly injured.
I know, and now I'm cured. Isn't it amazing? My back's completely healed. I haven't felt this good in years.
Congratulations, Mr. Blackard. You are now the owner of Castle Meath and the Well of Doon.
Thank you, Mr. Cork. And now I need you to write up my first proclamation. From this moment forward, all water from the Well of Doon is to be provided free to anyone who wants it.
Mr. Blackard, that's wonderful.
I've been given a second lease on life. How could I charge others for the same opportunity?
Free? What about my money? My share of the profits?
Mr. Cork, you don't look so well. Care for a drink of water?
You're letting a great money-making opportunity go right down the drain. Water.
Here's to water. Cheers!
Here's a little gift of thanks from the town. Especially from those two. Do you really think this is the miracle cure everyone says it is?
It cured my hives.
You saw the fall Blackard took. Now he's healed, all because of the water from the Well of Doon. Believe it or not.